ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। जय गुरुदेव।
जय गुरुदेव। ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथ त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञ विभाग योगः। अर्जुन उवाच प्रकृतिं पुरुषं चैव क्षेत्रं क्षेत्रज्ञमेव च एतद्वेदितुमिच्छामि ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं च केशव। श्रीभगवानुवाच इदं शरीरं कौन्तेय क्षेत्रमित्यभिधीयते एतद्यो वेत्ति तं प्राहुः क्षेत्रज्ञ इति तद्विदः। क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धिः सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत। क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यज्ञानं मतं मम यतज्ञानं क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यतज्ञानं मतं मम तत्क्षेत्रं यच्च यादृक् च यद्विकारी यतश्च यत स च यो यत्प्रभावश्च तत्समासेन मे शृणु। ॐ तत्सत्। So we had seen the question of Arjuna. We had started with the second shloka as well, right? Yeah, I'll just see the I just see the area of first shloka, second shloka, and then we will go ahead. Shri Bhagavan said, "Oh, should I start from the of the first second shloka, Brahmaraji?" We had started with the second shloka and we were in the middle of that, I think.
Yeah, I think we'll continue with the second shloka.
So, should we start from the beginning, Ragaji? Kshetrajna? Or because there was quite a lot we covered till here. Dr. Savita had read till.
The first
Yeah.
shloka was over, right, Bela? The second shloka, you can start.
Yeah, second was also over, Ramaraji. Dr. Savita had read second shloka as well. Only little was left, I believe.
Yeah, then maybe one or two paras before that you can start. And that is what we'll continue every day. Yeah, we'll just start with one or two paras before where we ended and then we can continue.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know
Okay,
you're
I'll just
traveling
say
tomorrow, so we'll take care of that. Yeah.
Yeah, Dhanyavad. Shri Bhagavan said, O Arjuna, this body is called field. Those who know that knowledge of the Kshetra and the Kshetrajna call him who knows this as the knower of the field. So, as very beautifully Swamiji has explained, Idam Shariram means this body, and it is like a place of pilgrimage. And this physical body is, I will just say the one or two paragraph, and then the Gita opens with the following verse: Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamaka pandavashaiva kim kurvata sanjaya. This verse can also be explained subjectively. This body is a dharma kshetra because it is brought into being by punya, which is the result of dharma. A human birth is very difficult to attain. Nara Janma Durlabham and can only come about as a result of punya, and therefore the human form is called a dharma kshetra, or it is a form in which punya rather than papa is predominant and is therefore dharma kshetra. It is also a dharma kshetra because only with the human form can you create punya. Because of this, it is called Kurukshetra, a place where you can gain Purushartha, whether it be Dharma, Artha, Kama, or Moksha. In this Dharma Kshetra, which is also Kurukshetra, two groups have assembled desiring to fight. Samavetaha Yuyutsavaha. The mind is the arena of this battle. Of the two armies that have assembled, one belongs to the descendants of the Pandu, which means white, and it symbolizes proper discrimination, Viveka. The descendants of Viveka are all the proper way of thinking, values, etc., born of discriminative knowledge, Viveka. The other army is as Dhritarashtra, paraphrases it, Mamakas, those belong to me, consisting of all likes and dislikes, born of Ahankara, which has its root in ignorance. The hordes of ignorance, likes and dislikes are in conflict, Viveka Jnana. Dhritarashtra to know Dhritarashtra wants to know what is the outcome of the struggle between these two forces that is taking place in this body. What follows is the entire Gita. I repeat, this is so very important to pay attention to. Please try to pay attention why it is Dharma Kshetra and Kurukshetra. We all have this within us. This can also be explained subjectively. This body is a dharma kshetra because it is brought into being by punya, which is the result of dharma. A human birth is very difficult to attain. Narajanma durlabham, and can only come about as a result of punya. And therefore, the human form is called a dharma kshetra, or it is a form in which punya rather than papa is predominant and is therefore dharma kshetra. It is also a dharma kshetra because only with the human form can you create punya. Because of this, it is also called Kurukshetra, a place where you can gain Purushartha, whether it be Dharma, Artha, Kama, or Moksha. In this Dharma Kshetra, which is also Kurukshetra, two groups have assembled desiring to fight. Samavetaha, Yuyutsavaha. The mind is the arena of this battle. Of the two armies that have assembled, one belongs to the descendants of Pandu, which means white, and it symbolizes proper discrimination, Viveka. The descendants of Viveka are all the proper way of thinking, values, etc., born of discriminative knowledge, Viveka Jnana. The other army is, as Dhritarashtra paraphrases it, Mamakas, those that belong to me, consisting of all likes and dislikes, born of Ahankara, which has its roots in ignorance. These hordes of ignorance born likes and dislikes are in conflict with Viveka Jnana. Dhritarashtra wants to know what is the outcome of the struggle between these two forces that is taking place in this body. And what follows is the entire Gita. Here it is important to understand that this is not purely a subjective interpretation. In order for such a battle to be waged externally, it is first fought in the mind. Otherwise, it will never manifest. All external conflicts arise first in the mind. When Hitler declared war, battle was already being fought in his mind. We do not say that nothing happened externally, just that it happened internally first. What is outside is, after all, an expression of what is inside, so that anything that takes place outside can be viewed subjectively also. This is important to understand because in the subjective treatment of the Mahabharata, there is a danger of dismissing history, which we need not do. This body is a kshetra. Even though it is subject to disintegration as a human body, its purpose is not merely to disintegrate, but to serve as a kshetra. It is called kshetra because it can save you from destruction. Kshatat trayate. Kshamyata. Someone wants to say something?
No, sorry, it got it unmuted by mistake.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It is called kshetra because it can save you from destruction. Kshatat trayate. That is, it helps you to overcome dukkha. Or like a field of cultivation, this body is also a kshetra, since in it you can reap the fruits of karma. The one who knows this body as a kshetra is a kshetrajna. How does one know? Shankara says, from the sole of the feet to the top of the head, Apada Tala Mastaka. The entire body up to the extremities is known as conscious because one sense organ, the sense of touch, is all over the body. It reveals the Chaitanya Atma, which is exactly the Swarupa of the Kshetrajna, because of whom alone the body is also an object of knowledge. The Kshetrajna is the one who objectifies this body in terms of knowledge. Further, Shankara points out that he does this very naturally, swabhavikena, without being taught. Alternatively, his capacity for this objectification may be aupadeshika, born of the teaching of the Shastra and the Guru. Though it can be arrived at without being taught because it is an observable fact, still the help of a teacher may be required to point out the distinction between the body and the observer of the body. Otherwise, the body is taken to be the Kshetrajna, the Atma. In order to distinguish the Atma from the Sharira, teaching is helpful and sometimes even necessary. So, Shankara adds the word Aupadeshika here. The one who is able to objectify every part of this body as an object of knowledge, either because of the teaching or through his own observation, is called the Kshetrajna. So beautiful. By whom is he called this? Those who know about this, Tadvidaha, who know about the Kshetra and Kshetrajna. But they are known only to this extent. The one who knows this body, which includes the mind and senses, as the Kshetra, is the Kshetrajna. This is not all. This is not all that is to be known about this Kshetrajna. A fact has to be revealed by the Shastra. So, Swamiji has beautifully explained how this body, which is which is an instrument for bhoga as well as the moksha. But we need the grace of Guru to understand the difference between the Kshetrajna and the Kshetra, and how every part of our body is not to be taken as, like, it reminds me of that Subhashitam, Hastasya Bhushanam Danam Kanthasya, like it says that your hands, the ornament for your hands is not the bangles and bracelets, it is Danam, charity. The ornament for your neck is not the necklace, it is the speaking of truth and speaking of Shastra. And the Karnasya Bhushanam, for the ears also, it is not the ornaments. It is listening to the Shastra. Yeah, anyone wants to share?
Yeah, I wanted to know about this Tadvidaha.
By whom is he called this? Those who know about this. Tadvidaha, maybe they are the form of Guru, those who are enlightened and can give the Upadesha to us. If I'm not, this is my understanding. Brahmaraji, is it correct? Gnani may be Vidaha.
Yeah, Tatvidaha is that those that have realized or recognized. So jnanis or the enlightened people.
But they are not yet the Kshetrajñas. The realization of Kshetrajña they don't have. Is
No,
it?
No, they
I
have.
think they have. They have. Bela, can you just go to the meaning, that Tatparya of this, the second shloka, where he talks of what is the meaning of Tatvidaha? Just the summary of the
The
meaning of
Tatparya,
the
right?
second chapter. Yeah, the second verse.
Yeah, Shri Bhagavan said, O Arjuna, this body is called field. Those who know that knowledge of the Kshetra and the Kshetrajna call him, who knows this as the knower of the field. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetramithyabhidhiyate Etadhyo Vetti Tam Prahuhu Kshetrajna iti Tadvidaha. The one who knows the difference between Kshetra and Kshetrajna. He is the Tadvidaha.
Can you read the actual meaning of Tatvidaha in the
Yeah,
Pratipadata that was given?
here it is. Idam Shariram means this body. The word this is used only for an object which is not remote in time or place. Only what is right in front of you can be referred to by the word this. Krishna may have even touched his own body and said, this body, idam shariram, is called Kshetra. Then he says that they call the one who knows Yaha Veti, this Etat, referring to this Sharira as Kshetrajna. Who are they? Tadvidaha, those who know the Kshetra and Kshetrajna distinctly. Here, a lot has to be unfolded, but let us first see the meaning of Kshetra. You want me to read further?
No, that's fine. I think so. Tatvidahas are those that know the difference between the Kshetra and the Kshetrajna. They are the Jnanis, no? The one that.
And Gnani tu mamevacha. He is Bhagwan's Priya and they are him only, right? And they do it very naturally, swabhavikena.
Swabhavikena
And
is even without any knowledge, you know. Like if someone touches you, apada talamastaka, from the sole of your foot to the top of your head, there is this one sense organ that pervades. And wherever your skin is touched, you feel it. You don't need anybody to tell you that that is your skin. If, for instance, there is some pain, you know there is pain there. Or something is, say, there's a fly coming onto your skin, you feel it. So you don't need any upadesha for you to know that you're feeling it is on your skin. So swabhavikena, everybody knows by default. Anything that's happening to their skin, they know it. So that consciousness is most evident over there, isn't it? So that is what was said earlier. But why is the second part is the aupadeshika jnana, wherein through the shastra, through Guru Mukhena, you get to know the difference between your body and the consciousness, body and so that is Aupadeshika. That is where Shankaracharya was trying to make a distinction. One that is Svabhavikena. Everybody knows that idam shariram, that thing they feel, this is my body. But objectifying that and saying, I am different from the body, that requires the upadesha of the shastra or the guru.
So does it mean, Brahmaraji, those who are jnani, their body, the physical body is completely in harmony with the Prakriti, and that is why they don't need to, you can say that they don't need to have the separation. They don't feel that separation between them and the creation around them. They are in complete harmony. So maybe the things must be happening like it is physically or externally observable, but within they are completely one with the creation, right? Will it be like that for the jnani or those who are?
Yeah, I think that's how it is.
And that is why whatever maybe the, whether it is shitoshna, sukha dukkheshu, whether it is hot or very cold or whatever, they are not that much concerned about the physical aspect of the body, right? Because they have known that it will be taken care by Prakriti.
Yeah. The problem between, the difference between an ajnani and a jnani here is, for the ajnani, whatever is happening on the body, at the bodily level, he identifies it as happening to him, the Atma. For him, that identification with the body is so strong. Whereas for a jnani, he objectifies the body. For him, that subjective identification with the body, mind, intellect is not there. He is identified with just the Atma. That's it. So, for instance, in yesterday's exam, I'm just reminded of yesterday's, what I went through yesterday. When there is a fly sitting on your skin, on my skin, let me put it in first person. On my skin, I was able to feel it. Yes, the fly is there on my skin, and I was a little disturbed by that. When the fly sits on the floor or on the table, I am not disturbed because I don't feel it. That identification is not there when it sits on the table or the floor or wherever. But when it sits on my skin, I know that knowledge is there. So for a jnani, I think probably even if the fly sits on his skin, on his body, he would not have that feeling at all, because he sees that body also as I am seeing the table or the chair or something. So how I don't feel when the fly sits on the table, I don't have that experience. Probably he also has the same thing when it sits on his skin, on his own skin, because he looks at his body as an object, not as himself.
So beautiful.
That is why he's got that equanimity, that
And
shitoshna
can
sukha
that be
dukkheshu.
vice versa?
No, no, I think it is the awareness increases multifolds. How can it be that the sensitivity of a jnani is for everything around? No, so for the body also it will be same. That is why, like Gurudev also feels the same pain which the devotee is feeling, and with that pain and with that tadap, if somebody is calling him, how he immediately gets the feeling, because his this thing is expanded, no. And see, even some small, if somebody is stamping on some small plant, Gurudev immediately catches him, be careful. Though he is not looking at it, he can sense it, he can feel it. So the feeling is expanded and extended. seeing, touching, and all these five sensual uh, experiences also are expanded.
I think that is compassion, Madhuriji, if I'm not mistaken. That is compassion. That is, but here we are talking about the physical body. So, like, it reminds me of a very funny example when we were in ashram. So that there were too many flies while meditating. So I think Swami Nitya, someone had jokingly said, when the fly touches your nose, see that you have to breathe from that tip of your nose. She's guiding you. Take it as like that. Do not be sensitive that the fly disturbs you.
See, what you said, Madhuri ji, is fine because he has an expanded awareness. He, Gurudev and all the jnanis, they have that samatva bhavana. They have that the belongingness to everyone. That is there, no doubt. That is why they're able to feel, have compassion, things like that. But here we're talking of the difference between the kshetra and the kshetrajna here. So for all of us who are ajnanis, our identification is only with this body. We still have not grown to expand our consciousness to involve everyone. So why I said what I said, the example was with the difference between the swabhavika experience. What was the thing? Swabhavika? There was one was Aupadeshika and the Swabhavika, right?
Swabhavikena. Huh.
Swabhavikena, you get the experience that this is the body, this is my body. So
Correct, correct.
One was
through
out.
lifetimes, we have this identification that I am this body. And we are only this body. If the fly sits on your body, I don't have the experience that it is sitting on my body. I have the Swabhavikena experience that the fly is sitting on my body. So that I am limited by that identification. So whereas for a Tattva Vidaha who understands the difference between the Kshetra and the Kshetrajna, the Kshetrajna alone is. The Kshetra is just an object. Just like how we have a table or a chair. So that way, he is not identified with his body as himself. He doesn't say, this is my body. He says, this is the body. That's it. That my connect is not there.
Correct, correct.
That is what I meant to say when with respect to the jnani versus ajnani.
Yeah,
And
right.
They're beyond
Tadvidaha.
body consciousness. No, that is the whole thing.
Yeah. So Tadvidaha means those who are aware of the five elements and how they are different from the Atma. Right?
Yeah.
Pancha Tattva. The Sandhi must be there. Tattva Vidaha, right? There must be a Sandhi. Tadvidaha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone wants to share or I can? Yeah.
I have shared in the chat.
Yeah. I will. Yeah. Dr. Renu said, yes, yesterday a minor burn from Jyot Diya, a pain lasted for 1 hour or two. But at that time, I did what was needed to treat, but tried not to let it affect my inner self, soul, and keep listening to Gita with you all. So beautiful. So very beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Dr. Renu.
Yeah, as Dr. Ramla said about the fly, and I kept my hand in cold water that kept on listening to your session. So I did not feel the inner pain. Of course, the head was still.
Correct, correct.
Thank you, thank you.
Very beautiful. क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत् यत् ज्ञानं मतं मम. Brahmaraji, kindly correct me. Here I should.
Yattadjnanam matam mama. Yattat. There is a double ta there,
Yat
no?
tat. Yat
Yattadjnanam.
tat jnanam matam mama. That's what I was. And here viddhi he or viddhi only, because some people read it
Vidhi.
as viddhi.
Mam vidhi.
Astu, kshamyatam. Kshetrajnam chapi mam viddhi sarvakshetreshu bharat kshetra kshetrajnayor jnanam yatat jnanam matam mama.
Yattadjnanam matam mama.
Yatat jnanam matam mama. Correct or still ashuddha?
Yeah, this is fine. Yattat jnanam matam mama.
Yattat jnanam matam mama. Dhanyavad. Cha api and also mam, me. Sarva kshetreshu, in all the bodies. Kshetrajnam, as the knower of the body. Viddhi, may you know. Bharata, O descendant of Bharata, Arjuna. Yat, that which is. Kshetra kshetrajnayoho, of the body and the knower of the body. Jnanam, knowledge. Tat jnanam, that is truly knowledge. Matam mama, this is my vision. Cha api mam sarva kshetreshu kshetrajnam viddhi bharata yat kshetra kshetrajnayoho jnanam tat jnanam matam mama. O descendant of Bharata, Arjuna, and also may you know me as the knower of the body in all the bodies. That which is knowledge of the body and of the knower of the body is truly knowledge. This is my vision. I repeat, O descendant of Bharata, Arjuna, also may you know me as the knower of the body in all the bodies. That which is knowledge of the body and of the knower of the body is truly knowledge. This is my vision. I think there is some breaking of voice. If disturbing, please let me know. I am the Kshetrajna in all Kshetras, says the Lord. Here indeed is what the child has to reveal. May you know me, Ishvara, as the Kshetrajna in all the Kshetras. I repeat, may you know me, Ishvara, as the Kshetrajna in all the Kshetras. Everything else in the verse is praise. That Kshetrajna, who knows the Kshetra, the physical body, mind, sense complex, is to be understood by you as me, Parmeshwara. This is the sense in which Krishna uses the first person singular here. Who is that Parmeshwara? Shankara says, the one who is not subject to samsara. Everyone understands the Kshetrajna to be a samsari. But here he says the Kshetrajna is identical with Ishvara, the Lord. And the Lord is not just the Kshetrajna in one given body, but in all Sarva Kshetreshu. I repeat, and the Lord is not just the Kshetrajna in one given body, but in all Sarva Kshetreshu. Wherever one says, this is my body, there is this Kshetrajna, the Chaitanya that obtains in every body. That Bhagwan says is me. Sarva Kshetreshu. In all the bodies, I am the Kshetrajna. In other words, he is saying, you are me. Every person is me, Parmeshwara. Shankara explains that this one Kshetrajna is seemingly divided into countless forms, beginning from Brahmaji to a clump of grass. Why seemingly divided? Only by the upadhi is it divided, not essentially. When sun is reflected in many mirrors, although it looks as though there are many suns, there is in reality only one. Similarly, one Parameshwara alone is the Kshetrajna, seemingly divided because of the upadhis as Brahmaji, Indra, Varuna, Agni, Gandharvas, Yakshas, humans, animals, microbes, trees, plants, etc. In reality, that Kshetrajna is not divided at all. It is free from all differences brought about by the upadhis. In all the kshetras, there is only one Parameshwara, which is Atma, you. Further, Shankara says that it cannot be known by words that indicate what is Sat, existent, or Asat, non-existent. A pumpkin is Sat. It is evident to you existent thing, whereas its beard is Asat. Also evident to you as non-existent thing. The knowledge of both is and is generated by means of knowledge, pramana. And you, the one who operates this pramana, is distinct object known. But here, it is not you as one of the existent objects, but is that because which everything exists and is by nature self-evident and self-existent. Please understand me as that Kshetrajna.
Jai Gurudev Bela. I think
Yeah.
there is some disturbance in the voice from the last para, I think.
Yeah. Someone can take over or just let me know. This is very, very important paragraph. So can someone...
let me know if there is someone who's available to and who can take over to read.
I can.
Yeah, Dhanyavad. I think you can repeat from
Yeah,
here.
and the Lord is, it's from there.
Yeah. Dhanyavad, Mrinalji.
And the Lord is not just Kshetrajna in one given body, but in all. Sarva Kshetreshu. Wherever one says, this is my body, there is this Kshetrajna. The Chaitanya.
Just a second, Marina,
Yeah.
just 1 second. So this is where, this is what Madhuri ji was talking about, referring to that his consciousness is expanded. He is there everywhere, no? So that is why he's able to feel also. So the individual identification versus the identification of, say, how Krishna is talking of, he's Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata. He's there everywhere. He's the Kshetrajna in every being, every aspect of creation. Yeah.
Yeah. Wherever one says, "This is my body."
This is the same as one Atma. You know, Kshetrajna is Atma only, no? Big Atma, Paramatma.
Yeah.
Wherever one says, "This is my body," there is this Kshetrajna, the Chaitanya, that obtains in every body. That Bhagavan says is me, Sarva Kshetreshu, in all the bodies. I am the Kshetrajna. In other words, he is saying, "You are me. Every person is me. Parameshwar, Parame, Parameshwara." Shankara explains that this one Kshetrajna is seemingly divided into countless forms, beginning from the Brahmaji to a clump of grass. Why seemingly divided? Only by the Upadhi is it divided, not essentially. When one sun is reflected in many mirrors, although it looks as though there are many suns, there is in reality only one. Similarly, one Parameshwara alone is the Kshetrajna, seemingly divided because of the Upadhis as Brahmaji, Indra, Varuna, Agni, Gandharvas, Yakshas, humans, animals, microbes, trees, plants, etc. In reality, that Kshetrajna is not divided at all. It is free from all differences brought about by the Upadhis. In all the Kshetras, there is only one Parameshwara, which is Atma, you. Further, Shankara says that it is not to be known by words that indicate that is Sat, existent, or Asat, non existent. A pumpkin is Sat, it is evident to you as an existent thing, whereas its beard is Asat, also evident to you as a non existent thing. The knowledge of both is and is not is generated by a means of knowledge, pramana. And you, the one who operates this pramana, is distinct from the object known. But here, it is not known to you as one of the existent objects, but is that because of which everything exists and is by nature self evident and self existent. Please understand me as that Kshetrajna. Kshetrajnam mama vidhi. Mama vidhi. Is it mama vidhi?
Yeah, it is Mama Vidhi.
Kshetrajnam mama vidhi.
Mam Vidhi. Can you read the two sentences before this?
Yeah.
Mrinal?
Yeah. And you, the one who operates this pramana, is distinct from the object known. But here it is known to you as one of the existent objects. But is that because of which everything exists and is by nature self evident and self existent. Please understand me as that Kshetrajna. Kshetrajnam Mama Vidhi. Arjuna is addressed as Bharata.
Still, that two sentences are not clear. Can anyone make clear?
Yeah. The knowledge of both is and is not is generated by a means of knowledge pramana. And you, the one who operates this pramana, is distinct from the object known. So you are separate from
that
the
object.
object. But here it is not known to you as one of the existent objects, but is that whoever is knowing these two different objects, that who is knowing that you don't know. But here it is not known to you as one of the existent objects, but is that because of which everything exists and is by nature self-evident and self-existent. The knower. Please understand me as Kshetrajna. Kshetrajnam Mama Vidhi. Because that knower has no pramana, right? But because of that knower, these two exist. Is that so, Ramanaji?
I think here that our following and meditations will help us tremendously.
We can't hear you, Madhuri ji.
I think our following and meditation will help us tremendously.
We can't hear. I think here.
I have muted everyone because I think some people are without their knowledge getting unmuted. So you will have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
You have to recall those examples, horns of the rabbits or a child of a barren woman. That is asat. So the one who knows this as asat is the same as the one who knows the sat also. So he is this because he is self-effulgent, self-evident, self-existent. That Atma, he knows that because of that, everything in the whole creation, the isness is there and is not is also there.
Now here I think it meant like we can differentiate or we can know what is and what is not, right? And who knows it? And these things have pramana. There is pumpkin and there is no beard for it. We know it is and it is not. Who knows it? The knower knows it. But do we have a pramana for that? We don't have, because it is self-evident and self-existent. Is that so? This what means, is it?
Yeah.
It is self-evident, correct. But how do you get to that? You need the pramana. See, in order for us to know the Kshetrajna, there you require the pramana. Here, the question here is not whether pramana is needed or not. The question here is that it is self-evident. But is that from which everything exists and is by nature self-evident and self-existent. So what is I didn't understand your doubt. Someone had raised a doubt here.
Yeah, Sureshji said that these two lines are not clear. That's what he said. That knowledge of both is.
It's okay
and
now.
is
It's
not.
okay. Understood it.
Yeah.
I think so. Here that hollow and empty meditations, no, they will help us to really understand this Kshetra more and more. Hollow and empty meditations.
See, because you cannot objectify Atma, you cannot objectify Kshetrajna, right? That is self-evident.
Right.
Like you're seeing a pumpkin and you're seeing that the pumpkin does not have a beard. That is what you're objectifying. You're seeing it outside of you. That is what is existent, what is not existent. Through a pramana, you're able to see. Whereas the ability with which you're able to see that the consciousness, that knowledge, the from within that you're able to see, that you cannot objectify. You're not apart from it. You are it is self-evident. And it is because of that everything else is. All
So
these.
what I'm saying, to get this into experiential level, even objectifying the whole our physical body also, and all whatever is there, which take it as a kshetrajna because of the ignorance. So here that hollow and empty meditations will help us to objectify the whole body also, and it will help us to go more and more into real kshetrajna. And then the second step is to expand it to infinity, that kshetrajna bhavana. I think so. Brahmaraji, please explain it. Here, hollow and empty meditations will take you to the experiential level of kshetrajna more and more. Am I right?
Yeah. All these sadhana tools will help us get there. No doubt about it. The thing was about how this is self-evident. And like Belaji said, it is the isness. You cannot negate the isness. That is what remains ultimately. When you go on teasing an object, like from the atoms, go down to the subatomic particles, what remains is the isness. That is self-evident. That is the kshetrajna. That we cannot objectify.
And those who are enlightened Tadvid, I think their consciousness has reached that level that they are able to objectify Ishvara in every form. That's why when I was reading I think they see everywhere the Ishvara, whether it is a tree or a animal or anything, they see everywhere his form. For them, it has all merged into that one samashti.
Okay, can I read further? Arjuna is addressed as Bharata, which can mean simply the one born in the family of Bharata. Here, however, in light of the topic, an etymological meaning is appropriate, the one who reveals the Brahma Vidya. Bha is Brahma Vidya. Tasyam Ramate iti Bharata. Here, Brahma Vidya is indicated by Bha, that which is in the form of effulgence. Atma is Chaitanya, which is known as Brahman. Knowledge of Atma as Brahman is Brahma Vidya. And the one who reveals in the exposure to this Brahma Vidya is called Bharata. I'll read this again. Arjuna is addressed as Bharata, which can mean simply the one born in the family of Bharata. Here, however, in the light of the topic, the etymological meaning is appropriate. The one who reveals in Brahma Vidya. Bha is Brahma Vidya. Tasyam Ramate iti Bharata. Here, Brahma Vidya is indicated by Bha, that which is in the form of effulgence. Atma is Chaitanya, which is known as Brahman. Knowledge of Atma as Brahman is Brahma Vidya. And one who reveals in the exposure of this Brahma Vidya is called Bharata. This alone is knowledge. Kshetrajna, you, the individual, is non-separate from Ishvara. Knowledge of Kshetra and the Kshetrajna alone is knowledge. This is Ishvara's vision. Yat tat jnanam matam mama. Mata here is not contention or opinion, but recognition of a fact. Whenever such an expression is used in the Shastra, it is a final verdict, not a matter of contention. Other than this knowledge of the truth of the Kshetra and Kshetrajna, which is Ishvara, there is nothing remaining as an object of knowledge, because Ishvara is everything. Not only is the physical body Kshetra, the mind, senses, etc., and the entire physical world is also Kshetra. All this is implied here and will be unfolded in the verses to come. We thought the physical body was Atma, the Kshetrajna. Now we discover that not only the world which we know very well is Kshetra, but our physical body and all that is within it, mind, senses, etc., are also Kshetra. Therefore, everything is Kshetra, and what remains to be known are the Kshetrajnas, of which there is only one, though we think of them as many. Kshetrajna and Kshetra together cover everything. Nothing is left out. Therefore, the knowledge of Kshetra and Kshetrajna alone can be considered knowledge, because in this nothing remains to be known. Krishna explains this further, because it does not omit anything. It is knowledge of the whole. Any other form of knowledge is only partial jnana, and therefore ignorance ajnana, in as much as it is sullied by ignorance. Once you know the Kshetrajna as Ishvara and also the Kshetra, you know the whole. That is vision of Ishvara. Should I read this again? Other
Yes,
than
please.
yeah, other than this knowledge of truth of Kshetra and Kshetrajna, which is Ishvara, there is nothing remaining as an object of knowledge, because Ishvara is everything. Not only is the physical body Kshetra, the mind, the senses, etc., and the entire physical world is also Kshetra. All this is implied here and will be unfolded in the verses to come. We thought the physical body was Atma, the Kshetrajna. Now we discover that not only the world, which we know very well as Kshetra, but our physical body and all that is within it, mind, senses, etc., are also Kshetra. Therefore, everything is Kshetra, and that remains to be known are the Kshetrajnas, of which there is only one, though we think of them as many. Kshetrajna and Kshetra together cover everything. Nothing is left out. Therefore, the knowledge of Kshetra and Kshetrajna alone can be considered knowledge because in this nothing remains to be known. Krishna explains this further because it does not omit anything. It is the knowledge of the whole. Any other form of knowledge is only partial jnana and therefore ignorance ajnana in as much as it is sullied by ignorance. Once you know the Kshetrajna as Ishvara and also the Kshetra, you know the whole. That is the vision of Ishvara. Kshetra implies in this world as will to be told later. And this threefold body, Sthula, Sukshma, and Karana. The one who is witness to all these, the Pratyagatma, is here called Kshetrajna and identified as being not different from Ishvara. Thus, this verse is Mahavakya. Bhagavan says, in all the kshetras, may you know me as Kshetrajna. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi. Sarva kshetreshu bharata.
Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata.
Thank you. That means there are not many kshetrajnas. There is only one, and that is not separate from Ishvara, who is not a samsari and is the cause of the entire world. I'll read it again. That means there are not many kshetrajnas. There is only one, and that is not separate from Ishvara, who is not a samsari and is the cause of the entire world. May you understand vidhi, that knowledge of the kshetra and kshetrajna. This has to be said because there is confusion. The kshetra, the physical body, is taken as kshetrajna, the knower of the kshetra. Therefore, the knowledge of kshetrajna, the I, being identical with Ishvara, the Lord, and the everything else being kshetra, depending upon that kshetrajna, is called jnana. Read this again. The kshetra, the physical body, is taken as kshetrajna, the knower of the kshetra. Therefore, the knowledge of the kshetrajna, the I, being identical with Ishvara, the Lord, and of everything else, being kshetra, depending upon that kshetrajna, is called jnana. Anything else is called ajnana. If Ishvara is looked upon as someone separate from yourself, there is ajnana, ignorance. Because the truth is that Ishvara and Jiva are identical. That is the vision of Ishvara. Why it is said identical and not the same? Identical meaning, are they separate? How do we take this word identical?
That's what they said.
Please repeat that sentence.
Okay. Anything else is called ajna. I'll read from the beginning. The kshetra, the physical body, is taken as kshetrajna, the knower of the kshetra. Therefore, the knowledge of kshetrajna, the I, being identical with Ishvara, the Lord, and of everything else being kshetra, depending upon that kshetrajna, is called jnana. Anything else is called ajnana. If Ishvara is looked upon as someone separate from yourself, there is ajnana, ignorance. Because the truth is that Ishvara and Jiva are identical. That is the vision of Ishvara. I thought Jiva and Ishvara would be same, but here when it is mentioned identical, uh, the meaning of identical, I thought similar. Is it or is the same?
Same.
Identical
No
is
different.
same, is it?
Yeah, same.
Okay. Because this verse is Mahavakya, it is very elaborately commented upon by Shankara. Kshetrajna, you, the individual, is non-separate from Ishvara, and that Ishvara is one, which means there is only one Kshetrajna, Atma, not many. Therefore, in the vision of Shastra, everything is one. You are the whole in that there is nothing separate from Ishvara, and essentially you are Ishvara. Satchit Anandam Advai, Ad, Advayam Brahma. Satchit Anandam Advayam Brahma. This being the vision, there is necessity, Shankara feels, to unfold it is as the vision of the entire Shastra, and he therefore has an elaborate inquiry here. He begins with the view huh, he begins with the view of an opponent to this vision, Purva Paksha, because vichara is required when there is something to be known and there are varying contentions about it. Within the realm of ignorance, there can be any number of contentions, all of which have to be answered in order to understand the vision. That which was declared as jnana is established in the discussion that follows. It is important, first of all, to understand that one who knows the kshetra is the one who illuminates it as Sakshi Atma. That is what is equated to Ishvara by the statement Kshetrajnam Chapi Mama Vidhi Sarva Kshetreshu. I can't see the watch now. What is the time? Are we supposed to stop here?
Yeah, we'll stop here for Manana for 15 minutes.
Marinaji, would you like to chant the shloka which we covered today, please? I could hear, right? This one shloka only, right? And the third also.
Okay. क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयो ज्ञानं यत्तज्ज्ञानं मतं मम क्षेत्रम I think we did only one or third also we did.
No, I think only one, right? Yeah.
One.
Yeah, if you wish to read the Tatparya, you can.
O descendant of Bharata, Arjuna, and also may you know me as the knower of the body in all the bodies, that which is knowledge of the body, and the knower of the body is truly knowledge. This is my vision.
This bracket thing I couldn't understand. That which is.
That knowledge of knowing the body, or the knower of the body in all the bodies, that knowledge.
Here body is physical body.
All the bodies.
That means the whole kshetra, correct? All the bodies means the whole kshetra, not only the physical body.
Body.
Yeah.
This is so pregnant, the ultimate knowledge actually, these two lines.
The meaning of Bharata also was very beautiful, in the sense, there are two meanings. One is the literal meaning, the descendant of Bharata. The other meaning, the implied meaning, is the one that Bha is Brahma Vidya. Yasya Ramate, the one who revels in Brahma Vidya is Bharata.
Beautiful
So
explanation.
shift.
Really
Beautiful,
wonderful.
very elevating. Just
Yeah.
the thing of that thing of reveling in Brahma Vidya, Bharata.
And
this is
now we are using that as Bharata, not India.
correct.
So
Bharata.
we are reveling in the Atmajnana. So
Right.
wonderful. Good.
Yeah. And this is actually a Mahavakya. Mahavakya is that which any mantra or shloka that equates that gives the identity between the Jiva and the Paramatma, Jiva and the Atma, that amounts to a Mahavakya. Like Tattvamasi and Aham Brahmasmi. And so similarly, Sarva Kshetreshu Bharat. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu Bharata. So these two lines actually, they are a Mahavakya, because understand that I am the Kshetrajna in all the Kshetras.
Hariom, Raji, I think last time we saw that the whole creation is the Maya, the Prakriti. So I think all the Nama Rupa, when we look at the manifestation, it is the Prakriti, uh, the Maya, what we call as Brahmashraya Maya, and for us it is like we are. So the more we are connected to the core, the center, this difference between the physical external aspect and the inner core, which is not having any form or nama, or but the one which is, I mean, I'm not able to express, because last week I think we saw it, right, Brahmaraji? Prakriti is nothing but the body, all the bodies, nama rupa are Maya, right?
Yeah. The thing was, we talked
I
about
forgot, I'm not
Prakriti and
able.
Apara Prakriti, right?
Yeah.
Para Prakriti is Prakriti, Atma along with Prakriti. That is Atma along with Maya, which manifests as Apara Prakriti. All the sentient, insentient things that we see in the world of creation. Whereas the Para Prakriti is the Atma alone, the Kshetrajna, or the Atma, that without the Upadi. That is why he says here, like the sun that shines through those 1,000 different pots that are there. You'll see the sun's reflection in all of them. That is the Upadi. The pot there becomes the Upadi, the pot and the water in the pot. So similarly, he is there in and through creation, whether it's a microbe or an elephant or a human being or a plant or anything. He is manifesting. So all these are the different Upadis through which he's there, but he alone is. So the Upadi requires the presence of Atma, whereas Atma does not require Upadi. Atma is alone. He is the only one existent. That self-evident thing that we were talking about. So when we are able to see this Sama Buddhi amongst everyone, then we are getting closer to understanding that Kshetrajna that is there in you, in me, in everything. That oneness, that is the only thing that is. And that is, I think, what is this? The shloka is saying, Sarva Kshetreshu Mam Vidhi.
So beautiful.
Kshetrajnam
Just wow.
Chapi Vidhi Sarva Kshetreshu Bharat.
So all the Vedas are also Apara only, right? All Vedas, science, technology, everything is
Anything we see,
Apara.
anything we can objectify becomes Apara.
But along with that, even we cannot see like devatas and those are also part of Maya, isn't it?
Correct. They're all of that is part of Maya.
So the Para and Kshetrajna and the Purush, all these three are synonyms?
They're the synonyms.
What about Mahat?
I
And
think
Atma also.
they're all the same. They're all different names given to the same. In different contexts, I think they're given differently.
Jai Gurudev, this Mahavagya I was just reading it again. So this Mahavakya is like the physical body, that is the Kshetra. It is taken here as Kshetrajna because you have to know that uh, to be a knower, though you are a Kshetra, the physical body is a Kshetra, but here it is called a Kshetrajna, the knower of the Kshetra, because you have to have that knowledge that this Kshetrajna is that I, which the I, the that Atma part which we have, it is identical to that Paramatma. So not having that non-duality, taking it to be the same. That is why this they have Swamiji has written that it is the Kshetrajna, because having that knowledge of Kshetrajna only will you come to know that this I and the Paramatma, they are the same. There is no difference between. So, yeah, I understood it this way.
Yeah, Savitaji, this is very beautiful. We come to know, we experience the whole Maya through this physical body, no? And
Yes.
then we come to know the Ishvara with respect to our body also. That is the second step. So for the
Yes.
first step, our physical body itself is a kshetrajna to experience the whole prakriti or the Maya. This is something very beautiful you shared.
And this is the jnana which the Ishvara wants to convey, that this is the jnana, and rest everything except of this is ajnana. This is the only jnana that Ishvara is wanting to convey. So this is this Mahavakya. Kshetrajna chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Vidhi is the knowledge of the Kshetra and the Kshetrajna. Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Gurudev, I think we'll continue tomorrow. Um, Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Gurudev.
Today, lot of things are there to ponder over this second shloka. Whole day we all will be busy. Nice. Thank you.